What's up? It's William from Rocket Zero and welcome to another Pixel Art tutorial. In this video, we're going to be building Wraith from Apex Legends. And we're going to be using some black, some gray, some light gray wool, some white terracotta, light blue wool, purple wool, magenta wool, and then some white wool and just a couple other blocks. And we're going to get them as we need them, so don't worry about that. But please do worry about hitting that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't. Go ahead and click that notification bell so you get notified when we post a new video. And now, let's get started. Alright, so we're gonna get started by placing just 2 blocks of our black wool. And then on the left side, we're gonna go up by 3. And then on the right, we're also gonna go up by 3. So it's pretty simple. Make sure you guys have this so far. Now, every so often, after you build something, I'm gonna be taking a step back, allowing you guys to have an opportunity to hit pause, just in case you need a little bit of extra building time. But you can also feel free to pause it whenever you need to. So now let's continue. We're gonna go up by 6 on the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So amazing. Make sure you guys have this so far. Then we're gonna go to the left. We're gonna skip a block, and on this second block from the top, we're gonna place 2 black wools, and then we're gonna connect another 2 black wools on the left side. Then we're gonna have 1 diagonal black wool. Then we're going to drop down and we're going to have 2 black wools going to the left. And then we're going to have 2 black wools going up on the left side. Then we're going to follow that up by placing 2 diagonal black wools. And then we're going to go up by 2. So we're focusing on the outline of our Wraith so far. I love her. She's so fast in this game. She also has great mobility. I think because she has the smallest hitbox, so she's like difficult to shoot at. So anyways, make sure you guys have this so far. Then what we're going to do next is that we're going to go up here and we're going to go up by 8 black wool. So here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. So amazing. So make sure you guys have this so far. Now she does have like a little ponytail action going on, so that's what we're going to be doing next. So what we're going to do is that we're going to go over here, we're going to skip a block, and then we're going to place 5 black wools going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then above, we're going to add 1, 2, 3, 4. So make sure you guys have a row of 5 and a row of 4 above. Then we're going to skip 2 blocks right down here, and we're going to place 5 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to skip another block, and we're going to place 5 yet again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to place 3 black wools. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to drop down here. We're going to skip a block, and we're going to go down by 4. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to move to the left, and we're going to go down by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to go to the left, and we're going to go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then on the bottom left, we're going to add 1 black wool. So make sure you guys have this so far. Pause it if you need to. This would be a great little stopping point. Now we're going to continue what we're doing. We're going to go up here. We're going to skip a block, and then we're going to go up by 8 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So make sure you guys have this so far. Pause it if you need to. Now what we're going to do is that over here, we're going to skip 2 blocks. So we're going to give a gap of 2, and then on the 3rd block, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add 3 black wools. Then we're going to add another 3 starting in the middle here. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to connect another 3 again. 1, 2, 3, starting from the middle. So you're left with something that looks like this. So make sure you guys have that so far. Pause it if you need to. Now what we're going to do next, this part is kind of complicated. We're going to place 3 black wools in this shape. And then we need to add 3 rows of 3 black wool. So here we go. We got 1, 2, 3. Now we need to add 2 more rows of 3 below it. 1, 2, 3, and then again 1, 2, 3. So make sure you guys have this so far. Pause it if you need to. Now what we need to do is that we're going to go up here and we need to add one diagonal black wool here. So we have 1. Then we need to add a diagonal going to the left. Then we need to add 2 black wools going up. So 1 and 2. And then we need to add 3 black wools going to the left in this section. So we're going to go just 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to have 2. And then 1 diagonal on the top right. So make sure you guys have this so far. Pause it if you need to. Now over here, we need to add just 2 diagonal black wools like so. Then below this black wool, we're going to add 2 black wools going to the right. Then we're going to drop below it and we're going to place 3 black wools going to the left. So make sure you guys have this so far. Pause it if you need to. Now what we're going to do is that we're going to skip a block here, and then starting right here in this middle, we're going to connect 4 black wools going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to go back to the right. We're going to skip a block here, and then on this second block from the right, we're going to now add 8 black wools going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then finally 8. So make sure you guys have this so far. Pause it if you need to. I know it's confusing, but we're just doing the black first, and then we'll do everything else. So we just gotta, keep at it. Trust the process. Now we're gonna go down here, and we're gonna place just 3 black wools like so. And then we need to add 2 more diagonal black wools, just like that. Then we're going to move to the right, and we're going to add 1 black wool here from the right. So on the second block from the right, you're going to add that 1 black wool. Then over here, we need to add 2 black wools going down. So we have 1 and 2. And then we're going to attach 6 black wools connected going down on the left side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to have 3 diagonal black wools going down and to the left. Just like that. Amazing. Now after those 3 diagonals, we're going to place 4 black wools going to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to add 2 diagonals going up and to the left. There we go. Let's take a step back. Let's see what we have so far. Pause it if you need to. This is what our Wraith should look like up to this point. We're making tremendous progress. So let's just keep on going. Let's go back down here and let's do the other end. So we're going to go back to the foot where we started. And we are going to place 4 black wools going up on the right side. So here we go. We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we're going to make a cube out of 4 black wools. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you guys have that little cube. Then we're going to go down by 4 on the right. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to have 2 black wools on the bottom. Then we're going to have 3 black wools on the right. Another 3 black wools on the left. Now this part's going to be a little tricky. We're going to have 6 black wools going up on the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Make sure you guys have that so far. Now we're going to focus on this middle section. And over here, on the second block from the top, we're going to add a row of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to place 1 black wool like right on this second block from the right. Then we're going to have a black wool on the left. A black wool here on the bottom. And then we need to place 2 more black wools. We're also going to add a black wool on this bottom right, so you're left with something that looks like this for her middle section. Now we gotta do the other hand. So we're gonna go over here, we're gonna skip a block, and on the second block, we're gonna place 2 black wools going down, and we're gonna connect another 2 black wools going down. Then we're gonna have 1 diagonal black wool going down and to the right. Then we're gonna have 2 black wools going to the right. Then we're gonna have 2 black wools going up and the right. We're going to follow that up by placing 2 diagonal black wools going up and to the left. Then we're going to go up by 2 black wools on the left side, so 1, 2. And again, we're going to go ahead and add 2 more black wools going up on the right side. And that's going to be pretty much the rough outline of our Wraith. So we're doing great. So make sure you guys have this so far. Now it's time to start filling in our Wraith. So let's start on the bottom section. We are going to grab our darkest color, which is our second darkest, our gray wool. We're going to place 2 gray wools and then 2 light gray wools. Then we're going to place 2 purple wools. Then we're going to grab our light gray wool and we're going to place 2 diagonal light gray wools and then 1 diagonal going to the left. So make sure you guys have this so far. Pause it if you need to. Now we're going to grab our gray wool and we're going to add just 2 diagonal gray wools. We're going to grab our light gray wool again and we're going to place 2 light gray wools here. And then a purple and a, what color are we adding? We're adding a dark gray, so just a regular gray wool. Now right here we need to place an orange, so let's grab our orange. It's here. Let's replace the black, put that orange wool there, throw away the orange. Let's grab our black again. I am using the Xbox One version of Minecraft just because like there's no like drift, you know, like when you move to the right it just stops. It doesn't keep on going like the newer versions of Minecraft, and yeah, I just like it because it stops right when you move, so it's easier to build pixel art with. Anyways, so back to this pixel art. Now let's go ahead and do the other foot. So we're gonna grab our gray wool. We're gonna place 2 gray wools, 2 light gray wools, and then 2 purple wools. Then we're going to grab our light gray wool and we're going to place 2 diagonal light gray wools and then 1 diagonal going to the right. Then we're going to grab our gray wool and we're just going to place 2 gray wools. So I would definitely pause it here if you need to. This would be a great little stopping point. So make sure you guys have that. Now for the rest of her suit, what we need to do is that we're going to add a gray wool here. We're going to go back to our purple. And we're going to place purple wool here, here, and here. And then this block, we're going to go ahead and fill it in with some gray wool. So make sure you guys have this for like her suit that she has going on. Now we're going to start working on this arm and then we'll add some really cool details at the end of the video. But for now, let's just do the simple part of her arm. So we're going to grab our light gray wool and we're going to place just, 3 light gray wools. Then we're going to grab our gray wool and we're going to add just 2 diagonal gray wools. We're going to grab our purple and we're going to add 2 diagonal purple wools. Then we're going to grab our light gray wool and we're going to add 2 diagonal light gray wools. Then we're going to grab our gray wool again and we are going to place just 2 more diagonal gray wools. So make sure you guys have this. Now we're going to move to the left here. We're going to place a gray wool, 2 light gray wools, and a gray wool. Then above here, we are going to add a light gray wool, 2 gray wools, and a light gray wool. Then here we're going to place a gray wool. We're going to grab our white. We're going to place a white wool and a gray wool on the right. Then we're going to go up. We're going to add a light gray wool, a gray wool, and a light gray wool. So make sure you guys have this for the top part of her. Now let's go back to this arm. This is so crazy. There's so many blocks here. So this is kind of a difficult pixel art actually. So we're going to go down here. We're going to grab our light gray wool and we're going to place just 3 light gray wools and then a gray wool. We're going to grab our purple and we're going to place just 2 diagonal purple wools. We're gonna grab our gray wool, and we're gonna have 2 diagonal gray wools. So make sure you guys have this so far. Pause it if you need to. Then we're gonna continue by grabbing our light gray wool, and we're gonna have 2 diagonal light gray wools. Then this part's gonna be kind of tricky. Well, not really tricky, just we're gonna have to pay attention. We're gonna place 2 diagonal blue wools, and then a light blue wool. Then we're gonna grab our gray wool, and we're gonna add 2 diagonal gray wools. And then over here, 2 light gray wools. So awesome! Make sure you guys have this for the bottom part of our Wraith. We still have to do like her little glowy hands, which we'll do at the end. Alright, so I had to go answer the phone, but now we are back. Let's go ahead and start working on her face. So we're going to be using some special blocks, and it's going to be our white terracotta, which is here. So we need some white terracotta. Then we need some white wool, some light blue wool, some blue wool, some light gray wool, and then just a couple blocks of our pink wool. So that's what we're going to be using for her face. So we're going to get started with her eyes. So let's go ahead and grab our light gray wool. We're going to skip a block. We're going to place a light gray wool, a white wool. Then on the right, we're going to add a blue and a light blue. So awesome. That's all we need right now. Then we're going to grab our white terracotta, and we're going to place 4 white terracottas. Then we're going to add a light blue, a blue. To the right of the blue, we're going to place a light gray wool, and then a white below. So make sure you guys have this so far. Now, she actually needs eyebrows, so let's go ahead and grab some brown wool. Now for the eyebrows, we're going to grab our brown wool. We're going to place just 1 brown wool right above the blue. And then on the other eye here as well, and then another diagonal. So make sure you guys have this. Now for her mouth, we're going to be grabbing our white terracotta. We're going to place 2 white terracottas here, and then 2 pink wools below. Now before we fill in her face with some white terracotta, we need to do her ears. So we're going to go to the left, and we're just going to add just 2 white terracottas. Let's go to the other side and add 2 white terracottas. And now let's go ahead and fill in her face, and then we'll do a bunch of other detail later, but for now, let's go ahead and fill her in. Awesome, and that's what her face should look like. I know it looks a little funny, but you know, that's sometimes Pixlr looks a bit funky. So now we need to add some detail for the top of her head. So we're gonna need to grab our dark gray wool, which is just a regular gray wool. There's no dark gray wool. But anyways, make sure you guys have some gray, some light gray wool, and some white in your inventory, because we need to start placing some blocks. So we're gonna grab our gray wool. We're going to place 1 gray wool here, and then a white wool above it. Then we're going to grab our gray wool again, and we're going to place 2 diagonal gray wools. And then right here, we are going to add a white wool and a gray wool. Then we also need to place a gray wool here, and down here, we need to add 2 diagonal gray wools. Now we're going to grab our white for the final time, and we're going to place 1 white wool here, and then above it, we're going to grab some gray wool. We're going to place it in, and then over here, we're going to have 1 gray wool, 2 gray wools, and then 2 diagonal gray wools, and that's going to be what her face should look like. Now the Pixlar's not completely done. We still have to add some very cool things down for her arms. So let's see how should we go about doing this. So let's clear out our inventory. We are going to grab some gray wool, some light gray wool, and now this is where it's going to get a little tricky. Let's go ahead, grab some purple, maybe some magenta. Now let's go to the glass. Let's grab some magenta stained glass, some purple stained glass, some light blue stained glass. And let's see what we can do for her special little powers. So over here, what we're going to start it off with, we're going to place 3 diagonal gray wools like so. Then we're going to grab our light gray wool, and we're just going to place 2 light gray wools here and here. Now we're going to grab our light blue stained glass, and we're just going to surround it. So 1 here, then we're going to place 2 on the bottom. Then we're going to surround this with some light blue stained glass, Let's put some here, and then one in the corner. How does that look? I think it needs a block behind it, honestly. So let's go behind it, and let's grab our purple wool, just to give it a little bit of a purple little color. Let's see what's it gonna look like once we go up here. I think that looks pretty cool. Okay, so that's what we're gonna leave that as. I like it. You guys like it? I'm not completely convinced, honestly, but that's what we're gonna leave it as. I think it looks pretty cool. So now let's go ahead and do the other side. So for the other side, we are gonna grab our purple stained glass. And we're just gonna place one in this corner, two in the bottom, one in this side, two on the right, and one in this corner. Now we're gonna go behind it, and we're gonna add, let's see what our magenta will look like behind purple. Would that look cool? Let's go see. Well, that looks pretty wicked. Okay, so we're not completely done. We still need to add just a couple more blocks, so let's go ahead and grab our light blue stained glass, and we're gonna add just 2 blocks of our light blue stained glass here. Then we're gonna add 1 in this corner. Then we're gonna add 2 in the bottom. 2 more diagonals. Then we're gonna have 2 on the right. 1 here, and then let's place 2 on the top. How does that look? I kind of like it, but let's add a little more detail. Let's have 1 diagonal here and here. Then let's go to this one, and we're gonna have 2 going to the right, and then 1 more diagonal. Sorry if I'm explaining this kind of weird. I'm just basically doing this like how I think it'll look cool. I'm not looking at my notes, just basically freestyling. So let's go down here. We're gonna have 1 diagonal going to the right, and then 1 diagonal going to the left. So now let's take a step back, and I think we're done. I kind of like it. It looks pretty cool. So that's how you make Wraith from Apex Legends. If you guys enjoyed this really difficult pixel art tutorial, you know, just hit that like button down below, subscribe if you haven't, go ahead and click that notification bell down below. And as always, we'll see you real soon in the next video.